Happy first day of spring, everybody. I love spring. It's a beautiful day here in Virginia. The cherry blossoms are pretty much at full bloom. The forsythia looks beautiful. If you haven't been on my website or onto my Facebook, Instagram profile to see that enrollment fees are waived today, that does mean that you can go on and enroll. It does not mean the subscription is going to start. So when you enroll, all it does is you're just going to put like birthday, phone numbers, emails, that kind of information in. It's not going to start charging you when you enroll your child. So you might be months away from needing a well check, or you're waiting till your child gets sick or something like that. That's when your subscription is going to start. So payments aren't going to start until then, just to clarify that. I did want to talk about typical insurance-based practices versus DPC practices, and the costs of benefits of both. There's a reason we have been in this insurance-based type practice for a while, but there's also a reason people are moving away from that. If you have a high deductible plan, for the first part of the year, you're probably spending a fair amount of money paying for your prescriptions, for your visits to the doctor, for your images, your lab work, until you hit your high deductible. It's beneficial for you to really think about how much you're paying, what is your high deductible number, and how much DPC could probably benefit you financially in that situation, because the cost of a monthly subscription may be lower than what you are having to pay per visit to the doctor. In addition, we at the DPC at Magnolia Peds have arrangements with the lab for lower costs. So even once you hit your deductible, you still might have a 80-20 split or something like that. It depends, again, on your insurance. So you still might be having a 20% bill coming back. For you all that have what you call really great coverage or a PPO plan, so you're paying really high premiums. But in exchange, you get to pay lower copays per visit, and better coverage on the back end when you're billed. So what I want you all to think about at the difference between the two types of practices, because you're probably thinking, well, I don't need DPC. I don't want to pay $150 or $300 per family. How much are you paying per month once you've been to the doctor for your multiple visits per kid, after copays, and after all the swabs that have been done and all those bills have come back, okay? Because it's not just the $20 copay, right? When you go in for your sick visit, you pay a $20 copay if you've gone to your pediatrician as opposed to urgent care, because urgent care is going to cost you $50 probably. And then you're going to get hit with a bill for your strep swab or your flu swab or your RSV swab, or maybe all of them. And that's going to come back, a lot more. But you're probably going to get that bill maybe a month or two later. But it's all part of the same visit, right? So it's not just a $20 visit. So I want you to think about that in general. So all of that, the visit, the strep, the flu, the RSV, the pulse ox, a nebulizer treatment, say your child needed a Rocephin shot, all of that would be covered in your one monthly fee. So there wouldn't be extra costs. What would you use your insurance for? You would use it to pick up medicine. If I need to send you to a specialist, if you had to go to the hospital for anything, if we need to get an x-ray. So having amazing insurance is still incredibly beneficial, right? We would be able to get more medication covered, especially if you have children with, say, asthma or ADHD. it's beneficial to have good coverage for that. I'm not saying insurance is a bad thing, and we all need insurance. It's DPC is meant for you to have more access to your physician. It is meant to get rid of the middleman so that your physician is not having to spend time constantly consulting the insurance companies and trying to keep up with their needs as opposed to your needs, right? So when you're in an insurance-based practice, the insurance company is constantly telling the physician, you haven't done enough to prove that this is the amount this actual visit cost. In a DPC practice, the physician is in charge of the visit, and there is no specific charge for that visit because it's all just covered as, your monthly bill. So I can spend as much time as I need to figure out what's going on, to explain to you what's going on, and to do what's right. And so you can feel like if you want to drop in and it's just a cold, you're not going to feel guilty about dropping in and being told it's just a cold. You're not wasting your time. I used to hear that all the time. I'm so sorry for wasting your time. It was never wasting my time. And it's never a waste of time to find out it's just a cold. But parents often felt that way. And I think it was because you feel like you're spending money that you're not feeling any benefit from just because you didn't get a prescription. So, if you get rid of this idea of, I have to spend money every time I go to the doctor, I should get something out of it, then maybe you're untangling, the whole point of who and what we do. What we do is often giving reassurance, making you feel comfortable, maybe decreasing your anxiety, and telling you it's going to be okay. You'll be able to access us via text message and just say, hey, I don't remember what the dose of my Tylenol is, or, is this a normal side effect she's having, to this medicine? So, to have that kind of access in and of itself is amazing. Instead of calling, leaving a message, that message not being returned till 5, 6 o'clock at night when you called at 7 a.m., it might not even be relevant anymore. So all of that may be worth the cost of the DPC. It may not. You may still be really entangled with this idea of insurance, but, it's just think about it. Look at your bills from the last year and see how much you've been spending per month, maybe per kid. If you're I only go to the doctor once a year for my physical, and maybe you're not a DPC candidate, but in general, many people would benefit from this kind of model, this kind of medical model. And I think it's a really great thing for patient-doctor relationships. So think about it. Again, go to the website and read the frequently asked questions. There's a lot of information on there. And happy first day of spring. Enjoy this weather.